What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got Antonina Shevchenko news, Kat Zingano talking about Chris Cyborg, Dana White on Jake Paul in the UFC, and much more. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to see more videos just like this. Another great title fight in the books. UFC 270's main event delivered, and this heavyweight title fight between Francis Ngannou and Ciryl Gane really got the crowd on their feet. What did you think about this heavyweight title unification fight? Let us know in the comments section down below. Let's go around the horn of the fight world to see what they thought of the fight. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to see more videos just like this. Let's get into it. The Rock has a shoe brand and they're now the official footwear partner of the UFC. The UFC revealed on Friday their exclusive footwear deal with Project Rock, a shoe brand created by the People's Champion, the Brahma Bull himself, The Rock. The move is a coup for the entrepreneurial trailblazer, as Project Rock is only a few years removed from their collaboration with Under Armour. The whole thing was also announced through The Rock's official Twitter account, in which he posted a video promo with a caption that read, "Historic. I'm honored and proud. My Project Rock is the official global footwear partner of the UFC. Starting this weekend at #UFC 270, Ngannou vs. Gane, all athletes and teams will rep Project Rock footwear, engineered for the hardest workers in the room who walk the walk." The footwear partnership comes a year after the UFC's deal with sportswear giant Reebok expired. Soon after the 6-year Reebok deal ended, the UFC began their clothing partnership with Venom, an MMA clothing brand. That left the footwear partnership open until this week. What are your thoughts of Project Rock becoming the official footwear partner of the UFC? Will Jake Paul ever fight in the UFC? Dana White says, never say never. Despite it all, the challenges, the accusations of illicit substances, the trash talk about numbers, and more, there's still some part of Dana White that will always leave the door open for Jake Paul to step into the octagon. The two have had a war of words for about a year at this point. During a recent interview on the Full Send podcast, White was asked about the possibility of Jake Paul ever fighting in the UFC. And this is what he had to say.
I don't know. I don't think that would ever happen, but listen, I never say never anymore. You know, I didn't think Floyd and Connor would end up, or I would end up doing any of my guys versus Floyd.
Of course, this is a more of a tongue-in-cheek statement, but we'll take it. Jake Paul has been a thorn on the side of Dana White since the Ben Askren knockout, and both sides have consistently antagonized the other over that whole time, which has certainly helped Jake Paul's credibility whenever he ends up talking about fighter pay. Jake Paul is undefeated at 5-0 in his boxing career, including 2 knockouts of former MMA champions in Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren. He's been practicing his kicks lately as well, and is a former youth wrestler and has talked about making a move to MMA eventually. Still, what do you make of Dana White's statement here? Don't forget to take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the latest fight news. Booked, Antonina Shevchenko versus Courtney Casey is a target for April 30th UFC event. MMA Fighting is quoting multiple sources who revealed that the UFC is booking a fight between Antonina Shevchenko and Courtney Casey, which will take place at a yet-to-be-announced venue on April 30th. At the moment, Antonina, the sister of flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko, is currently on a 2-fight losing skid, the first of her career, and will be looking to bounce back after her last loss in October to Casey O'Neill. Meanwhile, Casey is coming off her first win in 3 fights, a unanimous decision over Liana Jojua in November. Are you excited to see this fight? And who do you think will have their hand raised at the end of this one? Kat Zingano talks about potential Chris Cyborg title fight. Kat Zingano and Chris Cyborg have been calling each other out for about a decade, and it's all just now culminating in a potential Bellator featherweight title fight, most likely this year. That's according to Zingano, who's been 2-0 since moving to Bellator in 2020. She won her debut with a unanimous decision victory in September 2020 in a catchweight fight at 150 pounds, and came out victorious last April via armbar in the first round. Meanwhile, Cyborg, the current Bellator featherweight champion, has defended her title twice and called out Zingano after her last title defense. Even Bellator president Scott Coker has stated this is the fight to make. Cyborg even called Zingano out in a recent Instagram post this week with a photo of her and Zingano after facing off with a caption that read, "Just checked my schedule and March 11th, I'm available." When asked about a potential clash against Cyborg, this is what Zingano had to say in a recent interview.
So I've been waiting. I believe it's going to be this year. I'm excited and ready and active and training to be very active this year. I know that I've confirmed I'm fighting March 11th. I don't have an opponent confirmed and I don't have a location confirmed, but they, told me I can start getting ready and I can start training my butt off and I can, be prepared for that day. And
it's not clear if Bellator is putting this one for the March 11th card, but it certainly looks promising. Who do you think would win out of this title fight? Thanks so much for joining us today and catching up on all things MMA. What do you make of what's going on in the fight world? Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all the latest news from the MMA world. See you next time.